don't open a boxing gym, Freddie. It's a pain in the ass.
Boxing isn't just about fists, footwork, and knockouts. It's about rivalries, grudges, and clashes that leave scars outside the ring just as much as inside. Trainers, fighters, and promoters all bring their emotions into the sport, and no one knows this better than legendary trainer Freddie Roach. Known for shaping champions like Manny Pacquiao, Miguel Cotto, and countless others, Roach has always worn his heart on his sleeve. He's respected worldwide for his sharp boxing IQ, but his fiery side has also led him to butt heads with some of the sport's biggest names. And over the years, a handful of fighters made it onto his personal hate list. Boxers he clashed with, insulted, or simply couldn't stand. Today we're diving into the top 6 boxers Freddie Roach hated the most. From heated rivalries to explosive press conferences, and even personal grudges that spilled out of the gym, these are the stories that reveal Freddie's raw, unfiltered side. 1. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Freddie Roach's relationship with Floyd Mayweather Jr. was more than just about boxing. It was psychological warfare. Every time the subject of Mayweather came up, Roach couldn't hide his irritation.
I just put everything into boxing. I didn't have any other.
Why? Because Mayweather was everything Roach despised in a fighter. Flashy, arrogant, and obsessed with being the best ever. Roach often admitted that he respected Floyd's skills, but he couldn't stand the ego and the Pacquiao. During the build-up to the long-awaited Mayweather vs. Pacquiao fight in 2015, Roach became just as much a part of the storyline as the fighters themselves. Of ducking. Roach accused Floyd of being scared and boring. The back and forth got so heated that Roach once called Mayweather a fraud who only cares about money. And when the fight finally happened, Mayweather fought his perfect game plan, shutting down Pacquiao's offense and winning by decision. Roach was livid. To him, Floyd didn't fight like a warrior. He fought to survive. He even said afterwards, he ran all night. That wasn't fighting, that was avoiding. Even years later, Roach still couldn't let go. Every interview about Mayweather brought out that same frustration. For Roach, Floyd wasn't just Pacquiao's rival. He was the embodiment of everything Freddie hated about modern boxing. 2. Adrian Broner. If Mayweather was the king of arrogance, Adrian Broner was the loudmouth prince trying to steal the crown, and Freddie Roach had zero patience for him. Broner burst onto the scene with confidence, declaring himself the next Floyd Mayweather. He flaunted money, mocked opponents, and brought controversy everywhere he went. But Roach saw right through it. To him, Broner was all mouth, no heart. The tension between the two reached boiling point before Broner fought Pacquiao in 2019. Broner threw insults at Pacquiao, made fun of his English, and even called Roach a joke of a trainer. That was personal. Roach fired back, saying Broner was a clown and that he would quit once Manny put pressure on him. On fight night, Pacquiao dismantled Broner in classic fashion. Broner barely landed anything significant and ended up losing a lopsided decision.
And he shouldn't turn his back on it. And he rolling the head around, moving it back and forth. This is real good stuff.
Afterward, Roach couldn't resist rubbing salt in the wound. He told reporters, that was easy. Broner didn't come to fight. He came to survive. For Freddie, Broner was nothing more than wasted talent, a fighter who cared more about fame than legacy. And that's why he'll always be one of the names Roach hated the most. 3. Oscar de la Hoya. This one cuts deep because Oscar de la Hoya wasn't always on Freddie Roach's hate list. In fact, they once worked together. Roach trained de la Hoya for his mega fight against Floyd Mayweather in 2007. It was supposed to be a perfect pairing, a legendary fighter with one of boxing's sharpest trainers. But behind the scenes, things weren't so smooth. Roach complained that Oscar didn't train hard enough, didn't listen, and wasn't mentally prepared. When Oscar lost to Mayweather, Roach didn't hold back. He told the media that De La Hoya didn't throw punches and gave the fight away. That didn't sit well with Oscar, who accused Roach of throwing him under the bus. The tension only grew when Pacquiao later fought De La Hoya in 2008. Roach, now in Manny's corner,
and induced him to stay on his knee as referee
predicted more and that Manny would dominate. He was right. Pacquiao destroyed De La Hoya so badly that Oscar quit on his stool, retiring immediately after. To Oscar, Roach's words felt like betrayal. To Roach, it was just the truth. Their relationship never recovered, and for years, they exchanged bitter remarks in interviews. For Freddie, De La Hoya went from respected fighter to a symbol of wasted greatness, and that resentment never faded. 4. Amir Khan. Freddie Roach isn't just a trainer, he's a mentor. But with Amir Khan, things didn't end on good terms. Khan joined Roach's wildcard gym in Los Angeles, hoping to sharpen his skills under the same man who trained Pacquiao. At first, it seemed like a perfect match. Khan improved his offense, his speed looked sharper, and he scored some impressive wins. But behind closed doors, cracks started to form. Roach pushed Khan hard, sometimes too hard. And when Khan suffered tough losses, like the knockout against Danny Garcia, he began pointing fingers.
So I think that helped him a lot, and everything's right on track right now.
Some of those fingers were aimed directly at Roach. Khan publicly complained that Freddie spent more time with Pacquiao than with him. He accused Roach of favoritism and hinted that he wasn't getting the attention he deserved. That cut deep. Roach responded by saying Khan had a glass chin and that no trainer could fix that. For a student to turn on him like that was unforgivable in Freddie's eyes. Over the years, Khan softened his stance and showed respect again, but the damage was done. To Roach, Amir Khan represented betrayal, and that's something Freddie never forgets. 5. Brandon Rios. Few rivalries in boxing got as ugly as Freddie Roach versus Brandon Rios. The drama erupted before the Pacquiao versus.
To come out a small town and make it as far as I did as a professional fighter.
Rios' fight in 2013. During a training session in Macau, Roach confronted Rios' camp over gym time. What followed was an all-out brawl. Roach got shoved, insulted, and mocked by Rios' trainer, Robert Garcia, and Rios himself laughed at the chaos, even imitating Roach's speech impediment caused by Parkinson's disease. That was crossing the line. Roach was furious. To him, boxing trash talk was one thing, but mocking a disease was unforgivable. He called Rios a piece of garbage and vowed Manny would destroy him, and Manny did just that. Pacquiao schooled Rios from the opening bell, winning a one-sided decision that wasn't even close. For Roach, it wasn't just a victory, it was personal justice. Even after the fight, Roach admitted he had no respect for Rios and never would. That ugly incident made Brandon Rios one of the most hated fighters on Freddie's list, and it's a rivalry fans will never forget. 6. Victor Ortiz. Victor Ortiz's career has always been defined by one word: quit. And for Freddie Roach, that was the ultimate sin in boxing. Ortiz was once considered a rising star, a fighter with power and charisma. But his infamous fight against Marcos Maidana in 2009 changed everything. After taking a beating, Ortiz told the referee he didn't want to continue. The boxing world was stunned, and Freddie Roach was disgusted. Roach openly criticized Ortiz for lacking heart. To him, a fighter can lose, get knocked out, or even get humiliated. But quitting? That was unacceptable.
Victor Ortiz!
When Ortiz later faced Floyd Mayweather in 2011, Roach didn't hold back his prediction. He said Ortiz didn't have the mentality to beat Floyd. And when Ortiz was knocked out in bizarre fashion after trying to apologize mid-fight, Roach doubled down. He told reporters he quit again. That's who he is. Ortiz went on to have a roller coaster career, but in Freddie's eyes, he would always be remembered as the fighter who gave up when things got tough. That kind of fighter was never going to earn Roach's respect. Boxing isn't just about titles, knockouts, or pay-per-view numbers. It's about pride, respect, and honor. For Freddie Roach, a man who's given his entire life to the sport, those values mean everything. And when a fighter disrespects the game, or disrespects him, he never forgets. From Floyd Mayweather's arrogance, to Adrian Broner's clownish antics, to Oscar De La Hoya's bitter betrayal, Amir Khan's accusations, Brandon Rios' cruel insults, and Victor Ortiz's reputation as a quitter, these are the 6 boxers Freddie Roach hated the most. But here's the thing. Hatred in boxing is never simple. Sometimes it fuels the fire that makes great fights happen. Sometimes it comes from deep disappointment in wasted potential. And sometimes it's just raw, personal emotion. In the end, Freddie Roach's grudges tell us one thing. Behind the gloves, behind the bright lights, boxing is as personal as it gets. And maybe that's why we love it.